Hello, hello. We'll be starting in a moment. I am waiting for YouTube to finish updating. You know, out of the two, I find Twitch to be much easier to stream to, because you don't have to freaking change the settings every single time you stream to it. You just set it up and you're ready to go. YouTube, you have to wait until you're streaming in order to set anything. All right, it seems to be done. Everything seems to be good connection-wise, so hi! Hello! Welcome to another stream of The Outer Worlds. Where we had last left off, we made our decision regarding the power plant, or the geothermal plant, and we are now trying to figure out what to do next. Obviously, we have managed to persuade the people to go back to the settlement. The leader wasn't happy about it, but, you know, she's a judgmental victim, so it is what it is. But we got that sorted out. We got Reed kicked out, where he will probably not survive a week inside the wilds, but that's his decision. So we have just returned to Edgewater. We're going around talking to people and then leaving, hopefully, but we shall see. So for now, let's switch over to the game screen and see what we can get done for today. If I can find it. There it is. So apparently last stream, when we did this, I killed a mega creature. I did not know there were mega creatures. Or they were called that. I know there were probably boss creatures. But not things just called mega. Is there ones called Giga as well? You know, the more I play this, the more I'm looking forward to Starfield, which I probably shouldn't be because of how Bethesda's been doing the previous games. But hey, it looks good. Hopefully it is gonna be good. But we'll probably find out more around next year. I think they said it was releasing next year, but knowing how games have been lately, it's probably going to be delayed. Help the chairman and Minister Clark defeat our foes. Okay. Right, now I can see if it's showing up on stream correctly. I don't know why it did that. Sound is being picked up and it is showing on the stream. And chat is actually saying I'm connected to both of them rather than just one. So great. All right, let's go around asking people how they feel about stuff.
That was a good thing you did, Captain. Helping to bring the deserters and Edgewater folks
I
back
wasn't
together.
expecting you to actually say something new.
I hope you rest well on
But, stop doing that!
As always, I am at your disposal. Something vexing.
You have a lot of conversation options compared to Bavarti.
They start asking you for some medicine, come tell me. I'll set them straight.
Oh, I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
That's nice.
What can I do for you?
New questions?
Go ahead.
I'm told Eugene killed himself. What happened?
Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life.
Oh. That's horrible.
It's a miracle of bureaucracy. If Eugene's death were filed as a suicide, we'd all pay the price for his crime. We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
The fuck? It's never a good thing when a suicide is seen as the good outcome, as a bad outcome, or no. What am I trying to say? That being high and accidentally killing yourself is seen as a positive. Like everyone getting punished for someone else's death? Yeah, it's not a good thing.
You tried the best, now try the rest.
Nothing new from you.
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
Let me get that checked out.
Please wander around.
You are not awfully contagious. Are these supposed to be towels? For a minute then they looked weird. Like it was just toilet paper that was all wet and mushed together. Ugh. How many people can you have in a party at a time?
Been eating nothing but salt tuna for a year.
Like, because I've had 2. That's already more than whatever other games do usually in these kind of things. It's like, oh, you can't do this because you've got too many party members, so you won't have anything. I want to see who's up here now. So, how are you doing, Pavati? Max? Doing well, I hope. What are you still doing here?
I already told you I'm leaving.
Okay, bye. I thought you already left. Well, back down I go then. Let's get out of this dump. I've had enough of Edgewater to last a lifetime. So let me just make sure that all of this stuff is done. I don't know why completed is open. Yeah, his is just go to whatever place. We'll go there later. Alright, let's go. Dissenters in our midst. Philosophists. The enemy seeks to destroy our own way of life. Good. Your way of life sucks by the looks of it. At least in here in Edgewater. I really hope that all the places aren't like this, where they're just completely brainwashed by a corporation to work for them. Hi again.
Things are changing around the Vale.
Okay, bye. So, could I technically find the grave of some of the important characters, people? Samuel Cadden. Lifetime net value 6,385 bits. You know, like Pavati's father or what's-her-face's son. Vicky O'Neill? Like, these are the fancy ones that get the, like, stones tablets, where everyone else, well, a majority of the other side gets, like, wooden ones. Nope. Nothing. Guess that's that. Off we go. We're done here. We can finally leave and continue our mission for something. Oh, wow. He turned to ash. By the way, have you guys heard about Pokemon finally finishing with Ash? Finally, after 24 years, he gets to grow up. Been way too long. We can finally move on to like a new protagonist. Let's hope he grows up a little. Actually gets 1 year older and an inch taller rather than shrinking. Did I check out that wreckage? I did not. Or I did, I don't remember. Shovel. Why does he have a shovel anyway? That it? Okay then. To the ship! Oh, whoops, didn't mean to press that.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship. Working on a real engine.
Well, today's your lucky day!
I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
I can understand not wanting to go back. You didn't seem happy in Edgewater.
Oh, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But
Yes.
can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
It's always good to have a second mechanic on board. I'm able to fix things in the moment, but I need someone to be on there like 24/7. I'm also the captain, so I have to fly and also make trajectory things and fight against other ships if that ever comes up. I don't know if it will, probably not. So having an actual main mechanic would be great, or engineer. Sure, come along, pick a cabin, it's yours.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am.
Roger Dodger.
Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Stop being cute.
Something you need?
Not yet. How come you have like a full dialogue tree and she doesn't? Oh well. Up we go. Can I get rid of that so it just says the reliable?
Captain, I
Get
have
that, Ada.
detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community.
What can I say? I had to. I was forced to. Why does this look like, I'm afraid I can't do that, Robert. Or whatever. Space Odyssey.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I have a power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Engineering, yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine
Yeah,
room
that'd
is
be
located
great.
behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
I'll be back. Okay, let's go put this engine in. Oh boy, this whole thing is red. Can I check it first to make sure there's no damage? Well, it's rusted, that's for sure. Might need a good clean down. Try ticket to anywhere. Speak with Ada. Ooh. Well, the power's back on. Maybe I can open up some doors now? Sealed. Sealed. Nope, still can't open any of them. Oh well. Maybe I will as soon as I talk to Ada. So,
What can I do for you, Captain?
I've installed the power regulator.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Cool, let's get out of here. Oh, cutscene. And it's sputtering to life. I think this ship needs a good repair because it does not look that good compared to the one we saw on like the title screen. Ooh, wee. Against all odds, the unreliable takes flight. And then random tip, raising your melee skills unlocks the ability to power and sweep attacks. Are we going to hit the ship or something? I really hope we get to paint it.
Communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Good, I've been waiting to hear from him. Because, yeah, we heard from him like when we first landed, but then he's just been completely silent since then.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
I've been feeling a little lightheaded. Also, I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Phineas Lab docking bay from your ships. So, you say colony, but a colony is what's on a planet. And we're going to different planets. The entire colony would mean one planet. You mean the entire system, because that would make more sense. Why do I need a nav key to land on a planet?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it.
Oh, what?
Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly.
Right, the Black Marketeer.
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
Okay. Well, what's stopping me from just leaving Halcyon altogether?
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together.
Sounds great.
None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place. And we can start by reviving the Hope.
Well, I wasn't gonna do that, I was just asking. I'll go have a word with Gladys.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
Okay. What is it?
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another.
Okay.
It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
Right. So if anyone touches me, they'll be able to be like, huh, this doesn't feel exactly what you should look like. Or what you look like. Did you mention this thing has limitations?
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny.
Yeah.
Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
Okay. So just normal stuff. Couldn't I just steal a uniform or something?
A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise?
Yeah, just like the hologram.
The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints.
Okay, now you're not making sense. It's a hologram. How does it make a fingerprint? How the hell does a hologram sweeten your breath?
Science, that's how.
Okay, I'll put it to good use. Thanks, I guess.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Where's that? Got it. Oh, this is the navigation terminal. Oh, cool. We can see outside. Whoa, this is awesome. What's that? Oh, it's like a nebula. It's too bad that the thing's in the way and I can't go any further that way. What if we can upgrade the ship? That'd be pretty cool. Obviously, this is airlocked.
Do return in one piece, Captain.
Oh, transition to Edgewater landing pad. Okay, so then if we do that, it makes us land. Got it. Why don't all the doors shut? So, what's it like being in space, Mavati?
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it?
What should I... did you learn your trade from your father? It sounded like it when you talked to Reed.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
I don't see the humor.
He meant funny as in odd. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
But you are actually good at this and you enjoy it.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
After school, you moved straight back to Edgewater?
Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
Did you get much time with him after you got back from school?
About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh. Look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long.
It's been like
And
a
I got
few
so
minutes.
much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
What do you think of the ship?
That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
It's not intelligent, but it does a good imitation. I wouldn't say that. Apparently Ada's the one who actually flies the ship.
Fly-by-wire's pretty normal. Or leastways, that's what I read in the trades. I've never been on a real ship before. Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was.
Why are you
He taught
talking
me all
like
he
that?
knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
What do you think, Pavati? Is this place safe to fly now, or has we got to fly now that we got a regulator?
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
Would it taste like plasma? Well, break time's over. That was for me, not for you. I just wanted to say that you don't have to come up and do work. Oh! This is great. Employment community. Adelaide's deserters dreamed of an independent life without board oversight. You taught them an important lesson. Never dream. No, I didn't. Hello, Ada. Hi. Random sword. Holographic shroud. Protects or rejects a disguise on you and your companions that gives you access to restricted areas, provided you have the correct ID cartridge for that area. Restricted areas are off limits to unauthorized personnel and otherwise results in being attacked on site. Okay. You're not going to tell me how it works? It just works. Alright, well... Increases the maximum health of your companions, which is fine. The inhaler heals you and your companions, but they get 30% of the healing effect. So does that mean they take 30% from me? Or that when I use it, I still get the 100% or whatever percentage I get from it already, but they also get 30%? Like, in addition, they get that. While I get the 100. I want to up my hacking, so I'm going to put some in stealth. There we go. Unlock access to restricted items in vending machines. Hack automechanicals, turn them off for 20 seconds. Automechanical detection range, minus 30. 100 hack automatical distance. Hack turned off automechanicals to scramble them. What? Hack turned off? Or does it mean... It means that when the automechanicals are turned off, you can hack them to scramble them. Okay. Well, it says that it also reduces the hacking time and number of bypass stunts needed for hacking, which is what I want. Lockpick skill reduces the unlock time and the number of mag picks needed for picking locks. Doors and containers requiring one mag pick to unlock are now free to open. Great. I kind of want more of this because that sounds pretty good. But I think I'll put the rest in Persuade to get that up to 60. Coward targets minus 50%. Great. Accept. Perks. 100% additional ammo. Your base armor also adds to any armor you wear. Damage per floor. Science weapon, magazine size, companion crit chance, sprint speed, walk speed. Damage when alone. Tactical dilation meter max. Toughness, more health. From companion kills. I'm going to get this because companions kill people. So I want the XP. Faster leveling is always great. So, passage to anywhere. In order to revive your fellow colonists stranded in hibernation, Dr. Wells needs you to travel to Stellar Bay on the terraform moon of Monarch. Monarch is interdicted by the Hysalong Holdings corporate board, so you'll need to procure a nav key through unofficial channels. Speak to Gladys on the Groundbreaker. Phineas Wells wants you to contact Gladys, a black market fence located on the Groundbreaker, the only neutral station in the Halcyon colony. She can sell you a nav key to Stellar Bay on Monarch. And I believe this is... yeah, he's on the Groundbreaker too. So, logs. There's just random black spot here. Bin? Well, we haven't slept since we started, so let's sleep for 8 hours. Resting in a bed is relaxing. Move times forward. In supernova difficulty, you can only rest in your bed on the ship. Why? Why put that as a limitation? You should go to sleep wherever. Messages from Alex Hawthorne. Unread messages. You Bedford. Oh, I forgot to mention in my previous message, silly me, I'm mailing you a copy of my favourite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, steel. It's not exactly board approved, so don't go showing around to your space buddies. I hope it will amuse you while you're out adventuring. Any similarities to a certain someone is entirely intentional. Oops, I meant to go here first. Archived. I can't tell you how pleased I am to hear from you. Your message was hilarious. I'm delighted by your sense of humour and the tales of your hijinks. I hope your terminal will cooperate with you for the foreseeable future. By the by, I was scraping Groundbreaker's comms network for a tasty little tidbits, and I noticed you declined to dock at Edgewater's landing pad and instead touched down in the wilderness. You rugged individualist, you. I only pray that idiot Thompson wasn't giving you any trouble. Anyway, I hope your meeting down on Terra 2 proves fruitful. I look forward to corresponding with greater regularity. I don't know where you were raised, but I hazard a guess it may have been in a barn, because anyone with even a modicum of decent rearing would know it's unforgivably rude to ignore the ardent, sincere messages of one's friends. Barn anyone, modicum, decent rearing, unforgivable, rude friends. Okay. Checking in, dear... Oh. Dear Alex. Hello, hello. Hope this finds you well. It was a pleasure to see you in my office again last week. Once again, I'm terribly sorry about the impounding mix-up. How could it have happened a second time? Terminals these days, I swear. Dreadfully unreliable. Just like your ship. I hope you're giving some thought to the thing we discussed, you know, about the Wells fellow. I'm sorry to press, but I have the strangest tickling feeling that you really do know him. And if you could just tell me where he is, well, it would be marvellous for our friendship, wouldn't it? Look forward to seeing you again, Wingman. Hello, Udam here. Udam Bedford. We met when I accidentally impounded your ship. My silly fat fingers embarrassing me once again. I hope that wasn't too terribly inconvenient for you. It was such a pleasure for me, and I tremendously appreciate your forbearance in not throttling me. You really are quite the gentleman. If you're ever in Groundbreaker's airspace, well, space, please don't hesitate to look me up. The Lost Hope serves Spectrum vodka. Perhaps we could try every color, you know, really the Taiwan on. This person feels like they were using Alex in some way. Sent messages. No subject. Look, there's no call for shouting. My terminal was busted, had a few too many, and might have knocked it off the desk. You know how it is. Sometimes you just gotta cut loose. I'm not telling you Wells's, so lay off. But buy me a drink at the Lost Hope next time I'm in, and I might forgive you. Okay, log entry 1. Shrink ray. Remember this later. No better. Ada, remind me weekly to check this log until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean continually. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask me that? Back to my point. I saw in actuality, with my own 2 eyes, a sublimely powerful weapon in Wells' lab, just sitting there for the taking. If the grey hair were to look away or forget about it, maybe. Or if I had asked a smidgen more nicely. He called it a shrink ray, but wouldn't let me test that claim after I lost my temper. Said he was inspired to create the thing by the achievements of other scientists who dared to push the boundaries of human knowledge and decency laws. I had heard rumors of fantastical weapons like this one. Weapons that push the boundaries of the mind and science cutting edge. But I figured they were just stories, to be honest. What's with the comma? Just put, they were just stories, to be honest. Laying eyes on Wells' shrink ray firsthand is enough to make a fellow wonder if there's more to rumors. More to be had. Hammer power. The last time I got sloshed, was imbibing at the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. Look, Udam was really free with the drinks and he seems like an okay fellow. A shame as he subtly eavesdropped onto 2 Maudettes yammering on about a mad scientist some years back who claimed he made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the colony. Like, none of us have heard that one before, but here's the good part. The Mardet said the mad scientist kept yelling about the Hammer's power or something similar. A strange weapon with a special power created by a crazy lab coat? Sure, fits the bill. It should be another one of the weapons that inspired Wells. Black market leads. Why? Why? Why won't Wells just give me the shrink ray to me? Blast him to the depths of the labyrinth on Tartarus and back. Let the record show I did apologize for shouting him down 5 times, but Architect be damned, it's just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it and thanked him without asking permission or breaking expensive equipment when he said he wasn't ready yet, and that, even if it were, he couldn't entrust it to someone like me. What does that even mean, I ask? I'm not trustworthy enough? That I'd use it to wipe out the good, hard-working folks of the colony like some sort of moralist psycho? I'll admit to maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of conduct for me. Of me, myself, and mine. What's not to respect in that? Exactly. Sounds crazy now. Now I have to wait until Wells forgets or thinks he's misplaced it. In the meanwhile, I have been tracking down additional rumors pertaining the others of these science weapons through Halcyon. If gossip holds true, my next step will be to check out with the black market merchants on the Groundbreaker and in Fallbrook. Okay.
Make yourself at home, Captain.
I already did. Acquire Finis' psi weapons, acquire the science weapon on something like a workbench. Oh! Something called Sam. Hi, Sam. Ask Aid about the SAM unit. The SAM units... Oh, there's no response from the auto mechanical unit. A serial number etched in the chassis includes the letters SAM. Okay. Ooh, what's this? There's dirt and stuff. A modern steel wrench and U. This book is heavily dog-eared with doodles in the margins. I think dog-eared means that it's used a lot. This is not a petunia. Full of modified tools of unique mechanical usages, digging around in here would be an easy way to lose a finger into a sawtooth blade. Examine. First wrench Dad ever gave me. She's been a friend ever since. Parvati. Else this is Parvati's room. A stern older man with warm eyes. Ah. Random bright light. What if this is a window? Yeah, it is. I can just barely see things out of it. So can this be... Is this like the shutter to stop some of this light coming in? Ooh. I don't think this is anyone's room yet. Oh, this seems to be... The religious symbol of the flag denotes the order of scientific inquiry. Doctrinal Studies 539 of Equity and Equations. These textbooks have been out of print for almost half a century. The margins are filled with scribbled notes and many passages have been underlined. Some pages have come loose, the glue now yellowed and cracked along the spines. Why is this being so descriptive? The scribblings on these journals are utterly illegible to anyone except Vicar Maximilian de Soto. Okay. Index of Banned Literature. Part 1. Various qualifying considerations. Principal rules of restrictive management, morals and maxims of banning unethical literature, proof of the Grand Architect and predestination, a refutation of the titles listed here within, consequences, the mind and the will of man when led astray, official list of banned titles, prerequisites of advancing the investigation, outing and penalizing of offenders. Got it. Osai anointment vial. Smells suspiciously like iceberg aged whiskey. Oh, hi there. I didn't know you were here. See, you like books. Tossball trading cards in mint condition. Most of these cards represent a player from the Hephaestus Hammers and the Tile Blackers. The art and science of Tossball. Tossball are impossible to put down. Order of Scientific Inquiry, Office of Literature. This endorsement has been approved. Auntie Cleo's Darlings. Signed by Seymour Whitlock, who held the record for the most on-the-field fatalities for 3 consecutive seasons. I don't know if that's a good thing.
I could spend hours reflecting on the secret workings of the universe. Little else in this colony offers such a relaxing pastime.
We're not in a colony anymore, we're on a
Tell
ship.
me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening.
I could just tell him to go. I'm good until he's done something bad. Alright. Old Saber, what doesn't kill you gives you tetanus. So this does go here. But why? Random light bulb. This is supposed to be space, and yet people seem to be using technology that's from like the 20th century. What's in here? This looks like a bathroom, but with no mirror, which is odd. Oh, working hard, I see. I forgot, what is this? Vocational, oh, it's the thing that is basically a respec. Ow! I didn't fall from that high. Alright, let's see if we can upgrade this a bit. This just makes it have plasma type. 2 times scope. Or improves the damage dealt after armor penetration. Labels the ammunition receiver to stamp a small shaped charge warhead on the nose of each bullet fired. Which is weird because I'm not shooting a bullet, I'm shooting plasma. So is there just going to be a bullet at the end of the plasma? I mean, it does post armor damage dealt, so sure, why not? Looking cool. Anything on here I can use? Not really. Let's break down some stuff. Break down that. See if we can break down the assault rifle. Yeah, why not? Level 6. Level 2. Let's bring this up to level 6. 165, 133, 72, 71, 137. Should I? Yeah, let's see what it looks like. 147, 165. Why is this more? That's what I want to know. Like, the sell value for this is 7.5, but the sell value for this is 40, and yet it is not as good as this. Now, the automatic pistol is already better, but that's because it's at level 9. It has more magazine size, it uses the same bullets. Yeah, let's do it. I need to get out of this first. Oh, whoops. Make it plasma type. Leave it as it is for the moment. Alright. Let's head back to Ada and question about this SAM machine.
Welcome back, Captain.
Thank you.
How can I be of assistance?
Know anything about the automechanical gathering dust in the janitor's closet?
The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify Sam. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters,
I was just there. There was
you may be
nothing.
able to determine what work remains in order for Sam to properly operate.
I'm in the mood for some entertainment, I guess.
Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear?
Tell me a joke?
What happened to the captain who kept pestering his ship computer? The life support was disabled. Ha, ha. Get it?
Yeah.
Now
Maybe
playing
so.
a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
That's not my favorite song.
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated to label this or another board-certified jingle their favorite song.
Well, I already hate them. That's enough for now.
As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders.
Please talk in a more normal tone of voice then. Got a minute to talk?
I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely.
What if you don't have a power source?
I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. Do you think that is what it's like for the colonists on the Lost Hope?
I guess so.
When I simulate myself in such a scenario, I do not find it to be desirable. I think my self-preservation protocols incline me to desire the alternative.
And what that might be.
Traveling the system with you, Captain.
Oh, okay. What about your last captain? Do you miss him, or is one captain the same as the other?
Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? A jolt to the system. I have felt that. I do feel that. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design.
Have there been other captains of this ship?
If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was.
Let's talk about something else.
How can I be of assistance?
I was hoping to get to ask the other things. Tell me more about the colony.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Phineas Orbital Lab, I guess.
Ah, yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid.
Oh.
Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most.
What do you know about Phineas?
There is a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapons system?
No. No, do not do that.
A sensible choice, as we do not have any laser weapons.
What do we have then? Do we have like actual weapons, or are we just a ship? A rust bucket flying through space waiting for someone to shoot us down? Or out, or whatever happens in space. Or whatever you would term the phrase. Why do you say the landing must be rough? Or might be rough?
The outlaw scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to those hunting him. Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them.
Somewhere else.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
The Groundbreaker.
We're cleared to dock with the Groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously.
Can you take care of this for that?
I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship.
Oh. Oh, do it without the lip. Great, thanks.
You are more than welcome, Captain.
Well, give me the spiel on the Groundbreaker.
The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system.
Okay.
Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with stationed representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about somewhere else.
What part of
Terra 2?
Where in Terra 2?
I guess Emerald Vale and Edgewater. I guess Terra 2 is the entire planet. I guess we are in just one location then. With various people around it. Oh, okay, then I thought we were in like a system we could actually go around. So that would make more sense then that it's colony rather than system.
Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emerald Vale, or it was when first built. Since then, neglect and time have worn away her shiny veneer. The town is near the coordinates where Captain Hawthorne died. It would not be unfortunate if something, like say a plague, were to wipe Emerald Vale from the face of the planet.
It's a bit extreme, innit? What do you think of the people?
You mean the ones who did not answer my distress call with medical assistance, but instead came to issue my injured captain a parking ticket? I'm sure they are wonderful humans who don't deserve to be wiped out by starvation or a devastating plague.
How is Edgewater faring since we left it?
Since you diverted power to Edgewater, the botanical lab shut down, and the deserters were forced to return to town. Meanwhile, the cannery's output increased, enabling the town's population to prosper.
Good.
Thank you for nothing, Captain.
What would you have me done? Kill everyone?
I cannot say. First, I need to adjust my memory interpretation sensors, but I think my answer is yes.
No.
Of course. What part of the...
Monarch, I guess.
Where in Monarch?
I don't know, I've not been there. Stella Bay.
Ah, Monarch. The armpit of the Halcyon system. Her last functioning port town is Stellar Bay. Well, that is if you don't count Sublight's Smuggler's Port in Fallbrook.
Why is it being blockaded?
I believe it has something to do with the planet being an uninhabitable wilderness and a lawless land with no corporate presence. You may wish
So better than everywhere else.
in Stellar Bay for additional data points.
Smuggler port.
It's Sublight run for the purpose of shipping contraband, and before you ask, I don't know the coordinates, so I can't dock us there.
Damn. What good are you then?
Of course. What part of...
Monarch again. Cascadia.
Warning. All colonists are urged to reconsider travel to Cascadia due to infestation of mantisaurs and risk of indefinite detention or death.
Cool, so we should go. Any people live in Cascadia aside from the Marauders?
There are no people aside from marauders in Cascadia. There is only death.
What's the local report?
The local report is that you will very likely die if you leave Cascadia's landing pad.
Sounds dangerous.
This is one of those times where you say one word but really mean another, isn't it? I suppose you would find an environment like this fun.
Hey, that's not true. It would be very fun.
How can I be of assistance?
I think that's it. Thanks.
I'll be here.
There are times where you seem kind of more sentient than other... Well, we haven't come across any other AI yet, so maybe they're all like this. Search term SAM. First SAM result. Do not forget, you have found a discarded sanitation and maintenance auto mechanical in Emerald Vale's scrap heap during your last job. It should not be too difficult to get it up and running. With a few key modifications, I can envision a combat-capable variant. Some might say, a clean, mean killing machine. Should be fun. Second SAM. Removal of factory standard part Sud Steeper was successful. Delivery of combat-modified replacement part Acid Steeper has been delayed. Progress set back to estimated now to be solid 3 months. Not like I have more pressing matters to attend to. Ah, but I do. Still third SAM. I've given up hope on the delivery. The part is lost in transit and it's not turning up anytime soon. Find an acid steeper. But good news, I heard from a fellow who knows a gal who knows the broker, who overcharged me for the information regarding the location of an acid steeper I can filch. The part was sent to an old storage facility in Roseway. I'm sure never thought I'd go back to that pit. Good thing Auntie abandoned it years ago. I'll pick it up following at the next pit stop, back to Emerald Vale. Wells wants me to chaperone some person of interest. Details to come later. Okay. Oops. So, Oh boy, there's a bunch of stuff here. Why would it give me all of this? This isn't... Whatever. Weapons of the Void. The logs on Hawthorne's terminal mentioned rumors of the groundbreaker of a scientist who bragged about a powerful weapon he was researching. Gladiator's shop for old records. Apparently the smuggler acquired several leads that way. Terminal indicated that Phineas has a powerful weapon at the orbital lab. Picked up the part from Roseway. I don't know where that is or who that is or whatever. Open that. I guess we just leave now. Right, let's save. Resume. Use the system map to travel to planets, asteroids, and labs in the Halcyon system. And there is multiple planets. So it isn't just Terra 2. I guess there's just more than one place on here. AG-332, Terra 2, an idyllic terrestrial planet. Halcyon's wealthiest elite live in this capital city, Byzantium, while the colony's laborers live in corporate-owned towns along the frontier. Okay. Phineas's lab, an abandoned asteroid located in the rings of Terra 2, repurposed into their experimental laboratory, or laboratory, living quarters, and hideous hideout. Say the word of Phineas's Vernon Wells. We got the groundbreaker Typhon, which I can't go to because it's not highlighting it, but I can read it. Typhon, an uninhabitable ice planetoid at the edge of the Halcyon system. Typhon has nothing to offer the Halcyon colony. Hephaestus, the closest planet to the sun, the Hephaestus Mining Company was the first to establish outpost here, and as such, has claimed the planet for itself. Scylla is the largest asteroid orbiting Halcyon, the largest in a group of rocks known as the Carabids, or Carabids cluster. Hephaestus Mining once claimed the asteroid, but its prospecting site was abandoned decades ago. Tartarus, named after its hellish atmosphere, Tartarus is where the board maintains the maximum security penal complex known as the Labyrinth. Uradinos, Halcyon's second Jovian gas giant, its atmosphere is rich with hydrogen, helium, and various noble gases. Distillation plants in the atmosphere harvest these gases for energy. Monarch, one of the Olympus' many satellites, what should have been Halcyon's second habitable world, has long since been abandoned by the board due to monstrous, ravenous creatures. Olympus, the largest of Halcyon's two Jovian gas giants, perpetual storms rack the planet's atmosphere, rendering it uninhabitable. And then there's this, which I assume is supposed to be a hidden planet, because there's nothing. Like, all the other planets have these little circles on them, so I'm assuming there's something here, but we don't know about it. This is obviously the sun. We can't go there. Everything is telling me to go to the groundbreaker, so I guess I'll go to the groundbreaker. Whee! Look at us go! Whoa! Why is this coming up now? Here you will see all the planets in the system as well as some special points of interest that you may have discovered. You can fly your ship to any locations that you have unlocked, though some landing bays require special codes and keys before they allow you to land there. Moving between planets is considered extremely dangerous and all employees are encouraged to remain home or at work.
Back to the groundbreaker.
Ooh. Cool. You can even see the name on it.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I...
Nothing.
Take care.
I guess we just leave.
Let's talk when you're free.
What's up, Pavati?
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson.
What about it?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
I thought you said you knew how to keep this boat in good repair.
I abso-surely can. I'm a passing fair mechanic. Even Mr. Thompson would have said it's my only skill. But I'm used to working on cannery lines, AG loaders and the like. There's tricks about ships I ain't learned yet.
Okay.
All I'm looking for is a few pointers. I bet a lady who runs a whole station has forgot more than I ever learned.
Are you asking to leave my crew and join hers?
gosh, no, Captain. I aim to stay so long as I'm welcome. I figured Junlei and I could confabulate over wireless or by message. And maybe when we put into Groundbreaker, I could stop by to visit her sometimes. But only when you don't need me with you.
You're making it sound as though that you're trying to, like, court her or something. That's the best way I can describe it. Sure, we could head over to the engineering now.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to
Please
make it
don't
worth
immediately
your time.
teleport me.
Did you want to talk about something else?
Nope, that's it. Let me just make sure. Where are we again? Groundbreaker. There it is. All right. Well, there's not much, so let's just go.
Remember that you are not insured.
That's fine. I'll never die. Oh, the thing at the bottom tells me select up to 2 companions to accompany you. All right, so we can have 2 at once. Which is already better than Skyrim or Fallout or any of the Bethesda games, because I think you can only have 1. Plus, like, a non-human companion. Which the majority of the time, I think, for, like, example, Fallout 4, you can only have a human and dog. Or a human and the robot. This one is like, you can have 2 humans, so that's great. Cool. Let's continue. Melee weapon modifications can improve swing speed, change the damage type, or even make your weapon more durable. We can get a cool cutscene of us landing? No. The answer is no. We're just going to be appearing here. That's great. Jane Ellison, hello.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to Groundbreaker, by the by. Don't mind the heat. Got a few days before it reaches critical. I'm sure Miss Chief Tennyson will get it sorted before then.
Oh, it's hot in here, is it?
Still reviewing your manifest. Why not head on over to the promenade? Lots to keep you occupied there.
Sure. What's down here first? It's a chest. I can't take any of it because it would count as stealing.
Smells like grease and unwashed bodies. Just as I remembered.
Cool. What's going on over here?
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses. He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get cute with me again, you little back bay brat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
I don't have time for this. I need a drink.
Hey, well, hello.
Going for a stroll around the docking base?
I only just got here, so yes. I noticed you were in the middle of an argument earlier.
Sure was. Got a knack for upsetting the board and the Mardettes all at once. Between you and me, I was hoping they'd come to fisticuffs.
I'd like to hear your side. What happened?
I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
And that's when you resolve the differences like an adult, right?
That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick. Yeah. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation.
You got any plans?
Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
No, I stole it. This is someone else's. That's me, Captain of the Unreliable.
Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama.
That's how I roll.
I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time.
I never caught your name. I'm Celeste.
Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
See you around, Felix.
See you around, boss.
I'm your boss now, am I? Your name is Steve Dorr.
If it wasn't for us, this whole damn station would shut down.
These people have names, so when I talk to them, I expect them to give me quests or have a proper conversation thing. Never mind. They're both called Steve Dorr. I guess that's just the name of their position?
Move along.
Okay.
Do you mind? I'm trying to file a report.
I do mind. Ugh. All this stuff I could take. Oh, my fingers are feeling itchy. I need to touch things. I must grab everything. Take it home with me. I wonder if you die if you fell from here. Does that go into space? Or is it just orange smog? Steve Dorr, Steve Dorr. Why are they all called Steve Doors? What the hell is a Steve Dorr anyway?
By very... What?
Bless me. Oh, you can just tell them to leave. Like, go back to the ship and wait for me. Leave, kinda. Or that restricted access. Can I go up here? Yes. Beer cans, bottles.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Vending machine discovered. Gunnar McRed. For several counts of public intoxication, destruction of groundbreaker property, upheld unpaid docking fees, and resisting arrest. Proof of kill required. Phineas Wells. Sedition, forgery, conspiracy, conspiracy to commit conspiracy, unlicensed medical practice, destruction of board property. That's it.
I wonder what that fella did to get the board so wild at him.
He found my thing, I guess.
That's quite the impressive list of infractions.
Yes. I'll be trying to rack up more than him. I will hack everything and break everything. Corporal Leonard Wheeler, hello.
Identification, please.
Let's go with the third option. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, I don't have an ID. What happens then?
Everybody's got an ID. Oh, let me guess. You, left it in your other pants? I hear that one a lot.
What if I told you I'm a newly thawed colonist from the Hope? It's just a thing to throw out to you.
I'd tell you no one's fallen for that line in about 30 years. Then, I'd take the safety off my gun and kindly ask you to move along.
It's a good thing she didn't say that then, right? Right, sir?
Sure, kid. Right.
Name Celeste, first time here.
You've got a ship, but you've never visited Groundbreaker. You must have just dusted off from one of those dirt-side outposts.
Sure did. And now we're in space.
Well, welcome to Groundbreaker. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
I haven't even met them.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
How do I get this resolved?
You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford.
Of course I do.
Our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it.
Any idea why my ship is impounded?
Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important.
This has to be a mistake.
Not gonna lie, you're in a pickle. But Udam's an interesting guy. Might be y'all could come to accords if you play your cards right. Huh. Records show this ain't the first time your ship's been impounded. Seems to get cleared up pretty quick. You might not be in this pickle for long. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
Yeah. Going by like the records, the ship's been impounded twice by the same guy. The fact that it's happening a third time, it's quite obvious the guy is trying to get information from Alex. So we're going to be surprised to find out he's dead. Sure.
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay. Tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
Okay, jeez. Her shipment?
A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling.
Got it.
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with?
I'm looking for someone named Gladys.
The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go. On your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly.
Any recommendations for a drink?
Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the starboard side. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right.
Nice. Got it.
You need anything else? You let me know. Don't want anyone saying Groundbreaker's not the most hospitable port in the colony.
Don't kick me out of the conversation. Thank you. Can I find a job around here?
Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter.
Huh.
2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though.
That's fine. I'm looking for something a little more local.
Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks.
Okay.
She'll be at the security
I
desk.
got you the first time, but sure.
Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
How about something long term?
If you're thinking to make a career here, don't waste your time. Full-time jobs on Groundbreaker tend to be inherited, or go to a fellow crew member's kid. Keep it in the family, you know.
Oh, okay. How does Halcyon Holdings work anyway?
Are you pulling my leg?
Probably not a good idea to keep telling people this, so I'm going to say I'm new around here.
You must be one of them long-haul freighters from outside the colony. Well, I won't hold it against you. Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the Board.
The board runs most of the systems, don't they?
Yep. Groundbreaker's the only real independent port.
How?
Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners.
If they're as powerful as people keep saying, then why they have not taken it?
Bigger and their ships take up more of the landing bays. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year.
How does the Groundbreaker fit in that?
Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship, the Hope. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are.
So there's actually a boardroom somewhere here with all the companies' heads in it?
Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself.
Got it.
Glad to help.
I didn't think there'd be many independent operators in the system.
Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either.
What do you know about Sublight Salvage?
They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished.
Okay.
They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them.
All right, thanks.
All right?
What can you tell me about Udom Bedford?
He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison.
Of course he is. So there's tension between Groundbreaker and the board.
They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one.
Okay.
Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them.
Why can't the Groundbreaker and the board just work together?
This really must be your first time here. There's no working with the board. They don't share, not bits, people, or resources. You work for them, or you don't work at all. Groundbreaker cooperating now would be tantamount to joining their ranks, and we sure as shit ain't about to do that.
Sounds complicated. The station is in a fit state of disrepair. You could make the board fix it.
You mean the heat? Sure, we could make them fix it. But what would they do in retaliation? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway.
All right, well, thanks for the
Sure
info.
thing.
I guess that's that. Thank you.
Be seeing you.
In we go. Another workshop. A new quest objective requires you to enter a restricted area. If you're caught inside, you'll be shot on sight. Using a disguise to prevent immediate hostilities.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the Scholar shipped in and out with.
Okay. Were you about to say Chase? Chance? Charlotte? His name is Private Lee Flores, but I read that as P. Flores. Hey, P. Welcome.
Hi there. Haven't seen you around before. What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today?
I'm just getting my bearings. What do you do here?
This is the security desk, ma'am. If you're here to report a crime, you'll want to talk to Commandant Sanita. I'm not authorized to take incident reports anymore.
Well, why can't you take instant reports?
I'm not so good at filing. Mix up first name and surname 1, 2,
Do I see like
7
weird
times.
lines on his eyes?
Well, folks are liable to start taking your filing privileges away.
Do you do, I don't know, tours or something?
We can't just let anyone walk in here. I wouldn't be, well, it's not... We just don't.
Oh, okay.
Maybe if you clear an open bounty and get in good with Commandant Sanita, or help Chief Tennyson fix this heat, that might warrant a thank you tour or something.
Okay, sounds good. I could just persuade him. We're friends, right, Lee? You're doing me a favor and I owe you one.
All right, I guess. In and out, though. Just try not to do any shady stuff. I'd like to keep my job.
That was easy. I heard the door unlock over here, but it's not over here, is it? It's over here.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You're hearing things.
Interesting.
But then this voice said his name was Graham?
Graham, right. Broadcasting from
Yeah.
There it is. Just yank the drive, and I'll do the rest.
Okay. Let's do a normal save. Confiscated goods, modified pistol, Jacques. He fled before he could get down to it, left his things behind, so they're stored in the back of the security station. Security logs. Sublight put a bid on one of the impounds. Generous 1-2. Negotiate for the usual finder's fee and gives Lilia her salvage. Roll at the Lost Hope. Freelancers versus board. Freelancers 1. Arrested a freight captain with more bits than brains. Hawthorne ship impounded by order of Udden Bedford. Still no clue why Hawthorne associates with that board snake. The guy from the back bays roughed up the moon kid. Raving mad warned me that the moon was going to bring about the end times. He was flying high whatever Macred shows around here. Or grows down here. Got a sworn testimony that Macred was spotted at the Rest and Go. Eject records data cartridge.
Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up.
Alright. Well, let's get out of here first. Quest 34. Impact. Volta. Trying to see if I can spot anything that would be prayer beads. Weird. A hoop? Mardet RD cartridge. Model spaceship. Plasma rifle. Want the model spaceship. The ID. You have found an ID cartridge to use with the holographic shroud. You may now be automatically disguised when entering the associated restricted area. Hatchets. I do want to take these, but at the same time, I don't know if they're important. And that's the exit. Okay. No fun allowed. Okay, we should be able to just leave. Don't talk to anyone. Don't look at anyone weirdly. Woo! Home free! Hey, come over here, and then I'll give you a thing. Here you go, Max.
Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew.
Track down
Only he's not
Reginald
listed
Cheney.
on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities?
You hesitated there, Vicar. What aren't you telling me?
Oh, it's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much faith in actually finding him. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it?
I mean, it was, but it seems awfully convenient.
I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
Okay, sounds good.
I find myself marveling at the something.
Nothing new. What? Stop disappearing!
You mind if I ask you a question? Like, a personal one?
Sure thing. What's on your mind?
Is it true what you said? About being on the Hope?
It's true. I woke up right before I showed up on Edgewater.
Wow. Well, welcome to Halcyon. I'm Parvati Holcomb. Parvati Holcomb, which you already knew.
Yep.
Okay, I'm bad at this.
You're doing better than anything else. Anyone else? No one else seems to want to accept that. I'm Celeste. To be honest, I don't know what I'm doing either. You're doing just fine. Forget about it. You're doing just fine. It's nice to meet somebody friendly so soon.
It's hard, huh? Not knowing anybody, not being sure what's expected or how people are judging you. But you got me now. I'm sure I can help you out. We can do this. Yay, us.
Woo! I like Parvati. Well, thanks, Lee.
What can Groundbreakers...
Could use any work, or some work. Any pointers?
Chief Tennyson don't generally hire outsiders for station jobs, but you could try asking at Sublight Salvage. They got an office on the far end of the promenade deck. Anything else I can help you with, ma'am?
Chief Tennyson?
Chief Junlei Tennyson. She runs the ship. Does a real great job of it, too. Her family's worked on it for, gosh, since it was built, I think. Back before the crossing.
Oh.
What's she like? Is she a good boss?
Good as she can be, I guess. What with all the troubles Groundbreaker's facing. She could stand to lighten up, I suppose. But she tries her best to do right by folks, and that's what matters.
Leading a ship the size of the Groundbreaker must be challenging.
Sure is, but she makes it look easy. She's real competent, our chief, even if she ain't real friendly.
What can you tell me about Sublight Salvage?
They're run by Miss Hagen. Half the tramp captains and contractors...
You gotta tell me, what is a tramp captain?
I ought to warn you straight off. Scuttlebutt says some of the jobs they do aren't exactly above board. Downright anti-business, if you catch my meaning.
Oh no. Anti-business. I'll need you to explain that.
Let's say there's been times when I heard somebody needed a thing, and somebody else had such a thing, but they weren't inclined to sell. Now let's say the one who had the thing suddenly found theirs missing, and the one who needed got one. If anyone asks, Sublight says it got salvaged from an old wreck. Case closed.
Uh-huh. So they're criminals, but they have an office on your promenade deck?
If anybody could prove them criminals, the board would have put their foot down a long time past. They always got, what do they call it? Deniability? Something gets nicked or someone turns up dead, Sublight says, hey, independent contractor, not our responsibility. But everyone knows what they're doing, top to bottom.
Uh-huh. They're working against the Halcyon board?
Against is a strong word. Let's say that if you need something the board ain't inclined to sell, you might look to Sublight to get it. You might pay Sublight a shitload of bits for it, but that money gets passed on to their contractors, so in the end, it's still business.
Uh-huh.
You must admit, there is a beauty to the order of it. Everything operates within the constraints of the grand plan, even organized crime.
Right.
People do what they gotta to get by.
Alright, that's enough.
Oh, sure, sorry. Gets a mite boring at this desk, you know. Then I get to chatting too much, and Commandant Sonia's gotta reprimand me again, and... Oops, doing it again. Sorry.
Oh, don't worry. Captain's real understanding.
Can't speak for the captain, but I'm used to listening to folks drone on about their pointless, depressing lives.
Come on, Max! Come
Awful
on!
generous of you, listening to me like this.
Mind if I ask you some questions?
That's what I'm here for, ma'am.
I bet you get seized contraband from all over the system locked up back there.
Sure, and stuff from outside the system, too, off the interstellar freighters. That's why we also have so many armed Mardettes on duty here.
What if some of that contraband's mine and I'm here to claim it?
That'd be awful weird. On account of you should be locked up back here, too, then.
Okay, back to my other questions. A lot of freighters come through the station. Must keep you busy.
Less than there used to be. Fewer freighters passing through these days. I spend some shifts just listening to the wireless.
Why aren't there many freighters coming through?
Search me. I mean, don't search me, because that's my job.
Yeah, I get it. You're trying to be funny.
I reckon you'd have to ask the folks in Byzantium.
Okay, well, bye. Guess we'll talk to you now, Commandant Snida.
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time nor loitering.
I'm interested in the McCred bounty. Where can I find him?
Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork.
Why don't you send a mod at Dapper and then...
Oh, I will. Soon as the chief approves the personnel reorg required for a bounty dispatch. So, in about 3 to 7 weeks.
He'd probably be gone by then. Why don't you just say like a month? Because a month is 4 weeks. If you got 3 to 7, you might as well just say a month or 2. I'll take the posting.
You and about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head, or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you.
Skip speed? What other bounties do you have?
Still waiting to hear back on that bounty for McRed. That aside, not much else. Groundbreaker's keeping calm at the moment.
I guess that's good. Couldn't help but notice the posting on Phineas Wells.
The outlaw scientist fella, right. The board's had it out for him for ages. If you have an inkling of the wheres or what-fors of his location, Udon Bedford would surely like to hear it.
Okay, is this Wells fellow a famous criminal or something?
To the board, yeah. You've read his wanted poster. Whole list of things to get their unders in a wad. But he's never done nothing to Groundbreaker, so I've no problem with him. We keep the poster up to keep the peace is all.
Alright, so what's it like working security detail on a space station?
Do I look like your gossipy best friend?
Yes.
While I'm on post, I take my duties real serious.
Well, you need to be a little
no
serious then.
Whatsoever escorting you to a cell. Understand?
Hey, no one talks to me like that. It's like, fine, fine.
Then get to business or get moving.
What's a Mardet?
We're the security force here on Groundbreaker. Started back before the crossing, you know.
No, I don't. Why Mardet and not guard or officer?
The original force was made up of a Marine detachment from the 77th Marine Expeditionary Unit, Trailward Fleet. Folks started calling us Mardets because it was easier to say. Guess it stuck.
Alright, well, bye. What a nice lady. So we've got two places. We've got Udam and Gladys. Gladys is closer, so we're going to go this way. Nothing. Don't get me trapped in the corner now, you guys. Ooh, this is free stuff. Guess I'll take it. Secrets? Wait a minute. There's an invisible wall here for some reason.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
It's an actual model, animated.
Would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed.
Halcyon News. Chairman salutes Earth Minister Clark. Chairman Rockwell took time out of his busy schedule today to talk to us about the Minister Clark and his impact on the colony. Working with Minister Clark has been a truly wonderful these past 8 years, he said. His predecessor did a fine job, but Clark's brilliance cannot be overstated. The early retirement program is just the latest in a long line of initiatives he has spearheaded that will ensure Halcyon continues to be the envy of all the outer colonies. We couldn't agree more, Mr. Chairman.
The board's embargo ensures that nothing...
Halcyon News media circus surrounds circus time clowns. The politics of Tossball have grown increasingly turbulent of late, with the circus time clowns trading out every single member of the team. Asked to comment on the upheaval, the Owners' League released a statement saying that the Clowns' failure to reach the finals was a deciding factor in their organizational rearrangement. When questioned about the values of this overhead team, a representative from the Clowns stated that the goals remain the same as ever. Toss, ball, win, repeat.
can leave the planet and threaten our hard-working citizens. This has been Halcyon News, your only source for...
This is a lot of things. They kind of remind me of like pod beds from like Japan or something. I wonder if they have like actual closable entrances. Well, I guess I can't go this way. I have to go the other way.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
I was not expecting this.
Rizzo Spectrum Vodka. Aftertaste the rainbow.
Cool. And the Mardet. Okay, there's nothing actually back there.
Rizzo's Purpleberry Punch. You want a punch? We've got your punch right here.
Thank God these people have like freaking highlightable names and stuff. This seems to be the place with that person. It's the moon guy.
Got one more hour before the dockmaster bills me.
Martin Callahan.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a zero-G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you.
Sure.
Oh, and it's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Taste the freedom.
He sounds so
One of
happy.
slogans to keep track of. Sometimes I forget.
You work for Space's Choice? Ever been to Edgewater?
Heard of it. My orientation Aetherwave showed that famous Saltuna cannery, which I'm sure smells as good as it looks.
It's not so bad. They're struggling, but they got good hearts. I guess that's true. It is a dump, but I think it'll probably start doing better, so I guess I'll go with the first one.
That's true.
Yeah. I hope they're gonna be okay.
That's a Spacer's Choice beer. Take what you have, polish it up, and make the best of it. So, what can I get you? Some soap? Everyone loves soap. Everyone will love you for using it, too.
I'm gonna ask you about the hat.
I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Please send any complaints to our Consumer Care Headwear Division.
You doing alright in there?
Oh, I'm having a stellar day. And not just because I'm legally obligated to say so. Almost as stellar as a Spacer's Choice is affordable.
Can you see?
I can see all of the top-quality merchandise in the Spacer's Choice catalog, which is available here at a reasonable price.
How do you brush your teeth?
Spacer's Choice regrets that we don't sell toothpaste at this time, but we're always working on delivering exciting new products to our customers. Sprat Wash, Mouthwash, and Mantafloss are among the exciting line of dental goods currently in development.
Okay. Where can I get a hat like yours?
You would never ask if you knew what it's like in here. I mean, why, anyone can be a Spacer's Choice Consumer Relations Choice Specialist. Just keep your nose clean and aim for the moon.
Do you miss eating solid food?
Don't miss out on these deals. You'll find none like them.
Is it
on all
actually...
the
Can you
ground
even take it off?
or anywhere in the Halcyon colony.
Do you have to sleep with it on?
Trouble sleeping? Try our
He's just...
the blast.
He's just doing a lot of stuff. Does Spacer's Choice make you wear that?
Add an additional 10% to your At Spacer's Choice, we care about
Do you need me to help you get out?
you, even if my contract didn't forbid it. I think it's part of me now.
Oh, God.
Now, are you ready to make Spacer's Choice Lunar Green Moonmouth lozenges a part of you? Lunar Green, the future is spearmint.
I'm addressing the man beneath the mask. Are you okay?
Damn it. No slogan for that one. Look, this hat, my job. It may not seem like much to a brave space captain, but they're all that I have. If there are self-made purgatories, then we all have to live in them. Mine can be no worse than someone else's. Now, if we're done with the chit-chat, I hope you don't mind if I make the most of this short life and try to be the best moon person I can be.
Sorry if I pushed you too hard, Martin.
It's fine. I should be stronger than this. Thanks for taking an interest. Speaking of interest, can I...
What do you sell here?
Anything and everything.
I'm gonna skip
Whatever
parts
you
if it's just gonna be normal. It must be shot of quality if it needs replacing.
just the opposite. Spacer's Choice items are always new, hot off the shelves, because customers just can't stop buying new stuff.
It's planned obsolescence, isn't it?
Sorry, got the line wrong.
They're making things so then they break down within a certain time frame, so then they have to get replaced. The line?
It's a script. If I don't follow it to it...
Sure.
Spacer's Choice items are always new, hot off the shelves, because customers just can't stop improving their lives with our fine products. You could go broke buying overpriced Aramid gear.
This place seems... The price seems so blah 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 steep.
Well, this is just the beginning of a long, fruit.
Alright, let's see what we
Have a
got.
look.
And I can sell all my junk to you. Telescoping staff. Well, I don't mean to go that far. Armor parts, mechanic overalls, junior grade. Oh boy, I could just buy a bunch of helmets. You asked for it, you got it. A genuine Spacer Choice Moonman helmet, based on the most popular mascot, the SC's marketing history. Enjoy. 3 armor. You get +5 lie. I guess because they can't see your face. It's just like, I don't know what you look like, so I'm just going to believe you. 37% discount. Not bad. Well, I can sell some stuff, so I'm going to... Oh, no, that's... Bugger. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff back here. Alright, let's go check in here. Hello?
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
Is this an inn? Milo Ottinger.
Following story. Do you have what it takes to defend?
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Business has been slow. Anything to occupy the time.
That's fine. I'm looking for Gladys.
Oh, you can't miss her. Right behind you, number 2. First unit on the left, or second unit from the right, depending on which direction you count from.
How's life on the Groundbreaker?
Fine, as long as the board keeps its grubby mitts to itself. Chief Tennyson holds the ship together, the Promenade holds our economy together, and Sublight is the shoddy jewel in our rusty old crown.
How does Groundbreaker keep the board at bay?
Our Chief Tennyson has an independent streak, same as her mother and grandmother who rode this ship on the crossing. There's a reason the board's embassy is a glorified shoebox. While Junlei Tennyson lives and breathes, Groundbreaker remains free.
Okay, so keep her alive. Got it. Mention
Our local
Sublight.
garbage collectors. That Lilia Hagen never met a debris field she didn't like. She freely admits she planted her roots in Groundbreaker to escape board oversight. But I think there's more to it. She's unusual in the head, that one.
Do you do business with the Promenade merchants?
Of course. Most of our supplies come and go through merchants. Company ships and salvage runs are the only traffic we tend to get. I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the moon mask. If there's a cost to being a company man, he paid it in spades.
Alright, I'll be on my way. Oh, Jesus, Pavati. Don't stand that close. It's creeping me out sometimes. Oh, sure, I'll take these. Ah, hello, Ephraim Maywood.
Damnable thing about living on a space station. No pigeons to feed. Oh, you can feed the sprats, sure enough. But then the neighbors start moaning about hygiene.
Because they're vermin.
Our studies have shown that a controlled population
Oh, safes.
fewer colonists means there's
I assume this is what one of the keycards would have needed for.
This is Halcyon News, reminding you that there's no I in news, no we in Halcyon, and no Mercury in Saltine.
Now that you've specifically pointed that out, there probably is.
This heat's unbearable.
I'm gonna save. Way to go view movies. To restricted diamond level guests, but feel free to peruse our catalogue. Entertainment cartridges are available for rent at the main desk. There are currently 0 cartridges in stock. My big canid friend. Lab-grown giant canid on an adorable rampage, leading a family of scientists on a wild chase across Emerald Vale. Spending the holiday away from home proves to be a chore, but the family soon realizes that true friends are the monsters you meet along the way. Rated FSR 11 for fun times, simulated rampage and body counts 11. Nanospank 7, Primal Affections. Raised by wilderness primals, one man will leave the jungle he knows to explore the one he doesn't, Keystone. He came from Nanospank. Why is it called that? But he stayed for love. Can a young corporate executive collar this creature, or will she awaken the beast within? Rated Packins for passion, anthropod, and consensual nanospanking. Oh, God. Pay-to-view serials. Baking with Edna. Chef Edna gives valuable life lessons while she cooks from the book of the approved cakes. Learn to maintain a structured kitchen, obey the head chef, achieve a good sponge, and obey your sous chef. Edna is the boss of her kitchen. Now she can be the boss of yours. Space Hospital. Shriek and Terror. These doctors have seen it all. 0G. Cis Lancing. All it. Broderick's Brood. Ordinary Colony follow Daydreams and Extraordinary. Return to Root. Hack. Be careful. One of the UB squealers came asking after you. Wanted to know what you'd like to drink, who you like to talk to, what's your temperature like. Tried to pay me off. I took the bits and told her a pack of lies. Watch your back when you get in. Don't want you to find a waste disposal chute. From Veritas to Iceman. Icy. Been a while since I heard from you. You're on that long haul from Dashkova, right? Hope it goes well. I've got a space for you and yours to meet when you get back. It's just a storage room, but it's quiet and not safer than the bar. Should be able to accommodate most of your folks. No fees or nothing. Just let me buy you a beer. V. Please stop. Mr. McCred, we have reviewed your proposal for the 10th time and still do not agree that galactic mushroom is an acceptable flavor for a Rizzo beverage. Even if you were to pursue the idea, the samples you sent us were dangerously hallucinogenic. The unopened package alone caused mayhem in our serving bay. Please do not reach to us again. You okay, buddy?
That maniac on Monarch's still screaming into the comms void. Getting real sick of it.
What's this? I shall buy these. I'll take these, not buy them. If we got the key card, we probably have to open that. Don't die from this. There is a chute back here. Check it in a minute. This is the bathroom.
Don't look funny at the crew. Heard they toss you into the airlock if they don't like your face.
I'll look at whoever I want. However I want. You can't stop me. This guy is just called Spacer. Hello.
I don't have time for this.
Howdy. Don't mind me.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door.
Yes, hi.
You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient or an oven. Just like store-bought.
Phineas sent me. He said you could tell me about the... you could sell me a nav key to Stellar Bay.
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
Okay. 10,000 bits? I don't think anyone would have that many. Any chance of discount since Phineas sent me?
Phineas, that old kook. He was quite the dancer back in his prime. Did he tell you? Real light on his feet. Real light in the wallet, too. He still owes me a small fortune.
Ah.
Laws. Maybe I should charge you double.
No. No, I'm fine. Tell me about this opportunity.
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms...
Qualms, smoms. Let's hear the details.
Do you know Edna, over in engineering?
No, I haven't been there yet.
Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting.
Okay.
She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago.
Why was Roseway abandoned?
Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around.
Okay. Say no more, I'm in.
You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs.
And then outpost, corporate secrets, got it. The usual.
Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done.
Will do. What other jobs do you know about?
Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar.
You keep saying that. Talk about this opportunity you mentioned.
Yes, dearie?
What do you want me to do again?
Take that darling ship of yours down to Roseway, where that distress shouldn't be too...
Alright, anything else?
What do you want?
You mentioned Groundbreakers outside the board's control.
That's right, dearie. The only independent station in the colony. That's us. Though for how long, I can't say. That all depends on Miss Junlei.
How do you mean?
The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its will.
You will bend
We've
to
always
me.
got one scheme or another running, looking for ways to bring us to heel. Like this heat business. Shameful. But it won't work. No, ma'am. Groundbreaker's free till the day she dies, law willing.
Alright.
Go right ahead, sweetheart.
What's this about the heat?
Groundbreaker's radiators. Been neither fine nor dandy for weeks now. Miss Junlei's supposed to be getting them fixed, but the board's determined to get in her way.
How do you mean?
The board can't abide a community. They've always got, but it won't work.
Okay, we already talked about that. What do you do here?
Oh, a little of this, a little of that. I buy and sell items that require discretion to dispose of. Knickknacks. Curios. I also knit throw pillows stuffed with the hair of famous tossball players. But that's more of a passion project.
What about non-famous players? I earned quite a reputation as a fifth back during my penitentiary, seminary days.
You do have a favorable mop, I must say. But that's not what you wanted to talk about, is it, dear?
Why'd the board call Stellar Bay nav keys?
Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it's on account of all the monsters on Monarch desperate to gobble you up. Because that's what the board tells them, you see. I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look bad to the rest of the colony, and they're trying to hide the evidence.
What makes you think that?
Those board folk are real prideful-like. Never want you looking behind the curtain, lest you see their derrieres. But old Gladys knows the score. The whole colony's not much more than a diorama, showcasing one board screw-up after another. That's why we gotta keep them from getting their grubby mitts on Groundbreaker. She's our mess.
Only we get to mess her up. Are there still people down there?
Probably. Every once in a while, we get these snippets of radio chatter. Edna shows them to me. Some man hooting and hollering about the light in us all. Claims he's transmitting from Monarch, but who knows if that's true.
I guess I'll find out when I get there.
Might be some new trick from the board.
Alright.
Anytime, sweetheart.
Purple
You know
berry
where to find
bunch.
me. Here, take a candy with you.
Oh, thanks!
It's almost time for today.
Let's see what we got for sale.
Won a charming copper kettle off that girl who runs the pub. She's a fierce arm wrestler, but she's no match for your pal Gladys.
Jeez, okay. Salvage's Helper. Acid, the gift that keeps on giving. 660 DPS, jeez. Okay. Datapad Mardet Datapad. Battered Mardet. An old datapad once used by the Groundbreakers Mardet security forces. From the accumulated dust and grime, this hasn't been in access for over a decade. Down-on-lock smugglers will often purchase old datapads in hopes of finding clues to forgotten cache or goods they can sell. Why would I want to buy this? Archive cartridge. The data cartridge contains the public records of Hephaestus mining outpost on Scylla. It can be viewed using the captain's terminal on the Unreliable. Now that sounds like it's a usable thing. Like accounting figures, most companies keep two sets of data records, public and private. Wildcat miners often purchase the public records of failed mining outposts, hoping to uncover details on remaining ore veins that are too small for a corporation to consider profitable. Sure, I'll buy that. Punch, munch, bypass shunt, restricted items. Is this an actual thing I can use? Battered Mardet datapad. I want to find out because I don't want to end up not buying it and then being like, oh, you could have used this. Okay, apparently it's a thing I can use, so I'll take it. The old datapad contains incident reports from various Mardet security protocols. Most are details of simple finds and dust-ups between the crews of Wildcat freighters and corporate haulers. 2 entries have been marked for later review. August 7th, 2344, responded to a code ID 10T at the Lost Hope. Vera asked us to bounce some Back Bay rat that they got himself soaked in Spectrum Red. Drunken Fool got into a scuffle with one of the engineer Tennyson's people. We tossed the rung leech back down to the bays. Asal fought us the entire way, telling us we'd be sorry once he's controlling the hammer's power. If this is some new Hammersmith marketing stunt, I'm complaining to Sanita. October 25th. Had another run-in with the rung leech from Lost Hope. Don't know how the uppity piker crawled out of the back bays without us knowing. Locks himself into the repair bay off of Dock Slip 13 and refused to come out. Kept raving about the weapon's chaotic beauty or some shit while we were trying to talk him out. Had to break off when our shift ended. Whole head's got to come out eventually. Okay. Well, now we know more about that. You guys are just called Spaces, so I guess you're her protection. Right, let's check this. Oh.
I had a question about your plan, Mr. Vicker.
Of course. The cosmos is generated and directed by the universal equation, also
Someone's been
known
living
as
here.
the grand plan. By contemplating the teleological order of things, one can achieve verity. Oh, right. You had a question?
Never mind. That about answers it.
Squadron Journal. I served on 2 corporate freighters before I got stranded here. Everyone's heard my sob story, but no one's listening. To them, I'm just background radiation. Wasn't my fault the captain decided to take off early. Wasn't my fault no one checked the crew manifests. And wasn't my fault they replaced me with a full-timer. Now I'm filthy, bitless, and bedless. As far as anyone's concerned, I'm groundbreaker trash. That's how I live. And if no one agrees to take me on a crew, I suppose that's how I'll die. Okay. Wish I had a light source so I could turn it on. Where am I? I'm going somewhere. Where it is, I don't know. Oh. Trespassers will be shot on sight and fined. Holographic disguise activated. Your holographic shroud is activated, giving you temporary access to this restricted area. Moving drains the shroud's energy. When it runs out, personnel will see and interrogate you. Talk your way out of interrogation to reset your shroud. It will get harder to talk your way out the more you are interrogated. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting this. I don't even know where I am. I can't open this. Oh wow, everyone's wearing a suit. There's a body in there. I need the medical bay key card, which is right here. Where am I? What is this? Body? I'm going back. I didn't know this would take me somewhere, but at least we got something out of it. Right. Go out the front door.
This is Halcyon News.
Right. Now, let us save. And how long have you been going for? About 2 hours. I think this is a good place to stop. We've made it to the Groundbreaker. We got some more stuff done. I feel like we didn't get to do as much stuff as I wanted to do today, but I guess that's mostly because there was a lot of talking and trying to decide where we were going to go and all this stuff. But we're here on the Groundbreaker. We can explore it around next week and see what we can learn and what we can finish off and go from there. So yeah, let's save again. To finish his saving and quit. All right. So thank you all for watching. I managed to make it today. Hope you all enjoyed. Now that I've played it for like 2 weeks now, this game is still on the fence, but I guess that's just going to be the case with this game. There are some things I like about it, some things I don't like, and they're sort of on an equilibrium on that. So I'm about it. I don't hate it. I don't like it. Or I don't love it. It's just sort of there. So we'll see how it goes forward, but I think we can stick with this for a while. There might come a point where I just either rush to the finish or just stop playing it, but for now, I think we're good on it. It's going well. So we will pick this up next week. For Tuesday, we'll be going back with Evil Within, and we'll be back with this on Wednesday. And then going from there, I will let y'all know next week if there's anything changed after that because of, holidays coming up. But, yeah. Until then, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Like, follow, subscribe. Help if you want to help support, there's Patreon or tips you want to help through there. They do help a lot. Regardless of how little you can give, it will still help. And, yeah. Until next time, guys, y'all take care. Have a nice weekend. And I'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.